Morning. Sunday. I'm not expecting many people. I mean, we don't get many anyway. Who gets up at 6 a.m. on a Monday? Sunday. I don't even know what day it is. It's quite chilly this morning. Is anybody watching? I'll give it a couple of minutes before I talk about nothing. It's really cold out today. My dad's here. Bright and breezy. Sunday morning. I mean, we may as well get up. It's the same as any other day, isn't it? Sunday. Same as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Lovely cup of tea on a Sunday morning. No footy on TV again. Nothing to do. I've got something to talk about, but we'll wait. Whew. Dogs in the background, I can see them messing about. A Sunday live stream, first time ever. I will just say, actually, at the start of this, because people that watch the replay. Good morning, Sarah. Thanks for joining. Like the quiz yesterday, I think the people that were involved in it really enjoyed it. So I'm saying this for people that are going to watch this back later because they're not up yet because it's Sunday morning. But if you want to be in the quiz thing, I think I'm going to do it again today at like 2 p.m. UK time. So in 5 hours from now, you need 2 devices, one to answer the questions on, and then one to watch the live stream on, because the questions come up on the screen, and then you have your phone or your tablet or whatever to answer the questions. Morning, Wallace. You missed the quiz. It's okay. We're going to do it again today, I think. I might do another 2. And then, like I said yesterday, only 20 people can join online, like in the interactive thing. But if you haven't seen it, like, it is on the Facebook still. I took it off YouTube because I don't know. I just don't know whether I'll keep quizzes on my YouTube. I'll probably drop subs and not get any views on it, but I don't know. We'll see. Like, I paid the 10 quid for this month. We'll see what happens. I doubt I'll do any quizzes after lockdown. I don't want to be known as the quiz master, you know? But yeah, how is everybody today? Sunday morning? It's supposed to brighten up today. Are we all in the UK? Have we got anybody from anywhere else? Or are we all UK based? We must have some Americans in, surely. Where's my New Zealander? And my Australian? I've got to fill my vape pen. But yeah, Sunday morning. Live stream. Not many people watching. I expect that. Because they never do anyway. It's lovely and sunny in Cumbria. Nice. I think it's starting to brighten up here. But it's not that bright yet. Sarah says it's lovely and sunny in Cumbria. Whereabouts is Cumbria? I have no idea. Cumbria. Whereabouts? Where is everyone else? Anyone? Not many comments. People are in bed. Sunday morning. Well, my girlfriend's off work tomorrow, so I won't be doing a coffee morning on Monday morning. But I'll likely be back on Tuesday. I do need to do some work, but like, this is my lockdown thing. I don't expect this to carry on after lockdown. Andy's in Brighton. Never been to Brighton. Always thought it'd be cool though. Used to have family in Brighton. PewDiePie lives in Brighton, right? Oops. So, stuff it. In a village called Milnthorpe, Sarah is. Hey, Olivia. Good morning. I haven't seen you for a few days. Where you been? Huh? You're usually one of the first to comment. You got bored. Most people do, to be fair. Join for the quiz, Olivia, at 2 p.m. I know, it's a bit different. It's not anxiety related. It's It's just general knowledge, bit of popular culture, as it is. So, yesterday, I had a panic attack. It was like I don't know whether it was a full-blown panic attack or just like a mild thing, but I'll tell you the story because it's interesting. And it kind of relates to what I was saying yesterday. I think it was in the coffee morning yesterday. So I picked my girlfriend up and I knew that we needed to go to the shop. We had stuff in the fridge that we could have for dinner, but I thought, because we were thinking of having spaghetti bolognese, and I knew that we didn't have a sauce, so we needed to go to the shop. So picked my girlfriend up from work, driving back, and the shop is like 5 minutes away from the house. So it's like we almost get home and then we have to go to the shop. And usually when I pick my girlfriend up and I don't want to go to the shop, because I had this thing in my mind, I didn't feel great, I was tired yesterday, it was like 6 p.m. and I got up at 6, as did my girlfriend, of course. So we were heading to the shop and my girlfriend looked at my feet, because usually if I don't want to go to the shop, I'll wear flip-flops and socks. Like, that's my thing. I can't go in the shop. I got flip-flops and socks on. But I didn't. I had my trainers on because I forgot to put my flip-flops and socks on. So I couldn't get out of it. So we got there. I got out of the car and it's like, I don't know, 15 meters from the car to the shop entrance. And in that little journey, somebody just laughed. I assume that was at the flip-flops and socks bit. So in that little journey of going from the car to the shop door, I could feel my head doing that. I don't know, it's like you go a bit lightheaded, my vision gets a bit weird. My ears feel like I feel a pressure in my head, and it's like just sensations start peaking, and it's horrible. But I knew that in my mind, like, we only need this one thing, so we'll just go in, head to it, even though I know where it is because we've been and got the like Dolmio bolognese sauce. Not sponsored by Dolmio. It was Olivia laughing at my flip-flops. So I head towards the back of the store because I know that that's where the Dolmio stuff is. And just as we're like halfway in, my girlfriend says, "Oh, we need to get something else." I think it was garlic bread or something like that. So she went off on her own way. And then I was walking to the back of the store, got to the Dolmio, and it was there. Like, I had this overwhelming sensation, the need to run, to get out of there. It was like, I was talking about it yesterday about supermarkets and the feeling that I used to get, like where I'd have to run, my legs would go to jelly, my breathing would become really shallow, like my head would feel this pressure, almost like a tinnitus thing, like sound whistling. You know what it's like, that high intense moment where you make that decision usually to run out of there. But for some reason, and I don't know what it is, because it wasn't as if I said to myself, right, no, I'm staying here, I'm not bailing out. For some strange reason, I picked up the Dolmio and just carried on walking at the pace that I already was. I hadn't made a decision whether I was going to run or not. It was just like, I don't know, I'm just going to carry on doing what I'm doing. And if I'm going to go out of here, perhaps that was the only decision I made. If I'm going to go out, then I'm going to walk out. I'm not going to like try and jog out or run out like I have in the past when I've really freaked out. Like, because usually that's what happens. Get that feeling, the real intense jelly legs, head goes weird. Ignore the dog if you can hear her, sorry. And then I would like get out of the shop as quick as possible, and everything feels like it's closing in, like you get tunnel vision and it's going dark and the breathing becomes more and more shallow, the heart rate's banging, and it's horrible until you get to the exit, and then it all starts to lift miraculously. But yesterday, like, I picked up the sauce and just carried on walking and got back to meet my girlfriend by the garlic bread. And then I said to her, like, I'm freaking out, man. I need to get out. And all she said was, "No, you don't." And that was it. And within that period of time of me getting that sauce and getting back to her, it had just fizzled away. And then after that, maybe 30 seconds after that, of just feeling a bit unsure and like questioning whether I was going to need to run out of there. Like, am I over it? But then after that, it was absolutely fine. I felt completely normal. And it was like I was talking about that yesterday, talking about when you go through panic, I don't know, this only lasted like literally about 10 seconds. It was that mad. Maybe it was that fear and I didn't add second fear, but maybe that was the thing. Like, I had that initial blast of fear, although I already felt a bit dodgy when I went in, but I didn't add second fear to it. I didn't flick that switch where I had to get out. If I'd have made that decision, right, I need to run now, then it would have escalated. Until I got outside the shop, I would have been fine at that point. But then I'd have got home and I'd have been down and beat myself up about it and feel guilty. So I just didn't, I don't know. Like I say, I didn't make a conscious decision. I can't talk this morning, but I didn't make a conscious decision to stay. It was just within that time, without me running out, without that being my snap decision, get out. It passed quick, really quick. And then I was just walking up and down the aisles, did the checkout, absolutely fine, no issues. And then came out and felt, good, positive. I managed to ride that out and I didn't really think too much about it while it was happening. It was only afterwards that I was like, okay, that's just happened. And then I was driving back home from the shop and I thought, okay, something to talk about tomorrow because that's interesting. Like, I just rode that out. And yeah, it weren't like a half an hour panic attack, but it was that switch. I didn't flick the switch where I had to bail quickly. I thought that was interesting. Yeah, and that was it. Have I had, Savina, new commenter, have you had any pandemic anxiety? Not really. I mean, yo, Eddie. What's up, brother? What was the question? Have I had any pandemic anxiety? Not really. I mean, I watched a lot of the news at first. When all this started happening, I was watching so much news and reading so many conspiracy things that it was making me feel on edge. And I was feeling stressed and I was losing sleep and I was having real weird dreams. And then I just decided, right, enough. Enough news. And I think that's when I started doing this instead of watching the news. And since then, I haven't really thought about it. Like, everything just feels normal. Normal. Morning, babes. At work. Morning, Alejandro. Well done, Magda. Well done, me. Thank you. Andy has travel anxiety. The further he goes, the more he feels unsafe. Yeah, I'm weird. I'm a strange one because I can drive, I think, pretty much anywhere. Like, I drive on holiday, Dorset, Cornwall, Devon, wherever. Over to the east. I picked my son up from Heathrow and didn't feel too bad. And I live in the middle of England. Middle England. You know? So I don't have issues traveling, but if I have to get out the car and do something, that's usually when my issues start. But then me and my girlfriend went away earlier this year, just for a day or one night, and I was absolutely fine. So I don't know, man. It totally depends how I feel physically as to how I'm going to react, I think. That's a lot of my issue. Savina, like being a different country far or the next town, or the town next door. For me, it's the town next door that gets me a bit antsy. I don't know where that comes from. Oh, is it in response to Andy? Travel anxiety, the further you go, maybe. I haven't been to another country apart from Wales, and I didn't feel great. But that weren't down to it being Wales. Wales is lovely. It was down to me just not feeling great before I went. Olivia, it's our mindset. As soon as you start to think about the symptoms, they start. Yeah, I don't know. Like yesterday when I went to the shop, I weren't really thinking about it. I got out of the car and it was just that instant head pressure. Don't feel great. I guess I was thinking about it. But then the further I got into the store, the worse that it felt. And I didn't have, my girlfriend wasn't with me at the time. She was off getting garlic bread or whatever. So it just became more intense. And it was like I had to deal with this on my own in my head. I don't know if I did, though. That's the weird thing. It was like I'm sharing the story. And I wish there was something that I could tell you that I did. Or I wish there was something that I said to myself. You know what I mean? That switched it. but there wasn't, and that's the frustrating thing. I just did it. I don't know whether it's being brave or being stupid. I don't know. I didn't run out. That's the only advice I can give you. I didn't run out. I didn't really decide that I wasn't going to run out. I don't think. I just didn't run out. And then it worked. Don't bail. Don't give in. Jenna from New Zealand, I think. Get this. It's horrible. I know what you're talking about. You feel like you need to get out quick. Found if I stay and work my way in a little, I can calm down a bit. Yeah. That's it. That's the thing. Stick with it. Don't bail out. I think the moment that you make that decision that you need to get out, I need to get out of here. I think I said it to my girlfriend, I need to get out. But I was already kind of calming down. But yeah, it's when you make that decision, I need to get out. I've done it so many times. Like being deep in supermarkets, like down in the frozen food section. I can picture it in my mind so clearly. It's horrible. When you make that decision, I need to get out of here, or something is going to happen. Like if you ask yourself what is going to happen, I don't know. Like what is the worst that could happen? You're not going to collapse and die. You're not going to. There's no evidence to suggest that. It's never happened before. So why would we think that? And why do we believe it so much? It's at that moment when you make that decision. I'm going to get out of here. That's when it becomes even worse. I think that was maybe what I was thinking in my head. Like if I do that journey, because it's the worst experience I can picture in my head, like relating to anxiety and that. Yes, panic attacks are horrific, but when you make that decision, when you're in a store or something, this is for me personally, when I make that decision to get out, that journey from wherever I am to the doors is so horrible. It's like something out of a horror movie. I don't know. It's horrible. Just gets darker, more intense. Your body just feels like it can't get there. I don't know, you picture yourself collapsing and just dragging yourself. It's bad. Don't make that decision, man. Olivia stays away from the news. Yeah, good idea. It's not good, is it? There's just too much news. I think you can get it all. Like I have the Sky News app and I still look at it once a day. Just check the Sky News app, but there's nothing new. There's nothing we haven't already been told. It's just being regurgitated, respun. It's all the same. We know where we're at. We know what we need to do. Sabina, the next town in the beginning, started doing small exposure. Now I can drive quite far. It's really weird that I can drive anywhere, but it's like if I have to go and interact or do something, it becomes my issue. Come over to Ireland. I'm not flying, and I'm not that strong a swimmer. Definitely brave, mate. You're getting stronger and learning how to cope. Cheers, Andy. Yeah, man. Like I've had this long enough. I don't know whether it's getting stronger or just getting more fed up with it, and it's like just whatever. What will be, will be. That's kind of what I thought maybe yesterday. Like I'm not running out of here. It's the same when I do these. If you've been following for ages, I know you have, Olivia. When I did the live streams on the other podcast thing that I tried to start, I was taking live calls from people, like no preparation, didn't know who they were. I was putting my number on screen, and people were able to call. Like they could only see me on screen, and I was talking to just whoever called, random on YouTube. And that was so anxiety provoking, man. I was experiencing major anxiety and panic during the live streams. So, like, the progress is that now I can do this. And yeah, I'm not taking calls now, but I don't know. There's something about being live that is sketchy. I don't like it. It's your turn next, Andy. I assume you're doing something today. But I guess that's just, I don't care anymore. Maybe I do care still, of course, but I don't know. I refuse to be dictated to by the thought of what might happen, which probably won't. Worst case scenario. It never gets to the worst case scenario. Touch wood. Kieran, Mona 24/7. Don't think about it at all. You can't control the animal brain with reason. relaxation are also notorious for symptoms firing, probably because the subconscious become unnerved. Bit scientific that, mate, on a Sunday. Olivia liked the podcast I did with Carl Vernon. Okay, yeah. I've had mixed reviews off that. Some people didn't particularly like him. I thought he was alright. I still did the podcast. You're right. Morning, Deb. Andy is the quiz today. Yeah, man, I'm going to do another one. I got asked by quite a few people yesterday, so I am doing another quiz today at 2 p.m. UK time in 4 hours, 40 minutes. You need 2 devices if you want to be in it. 2 devices, one to answer the questions and one to watch the live stream. I forgot to tell people yesterday, but I didn't think many people would want to do it. I think we had 7 in the second quiz thing we did yesterday, which was more than I expected, to be honest. Today's Sunday, maybe we'll hit 10 people. That'll be big. But my brother asked if I was doing another one today, and he was going to get his son to join, and his wife, I think, so it's a family thing, man. Let's do this quiz. But if anybody else wants to join, there is, like I say, 20 spaces on the quiz. 20 spaces to join the live quiz on screen. You can play at home, but you won't be crowned champion unless you're in the 20. Olivia likes Carl. He's straight. No bullshit. Says it as it is. That's why she liked Drew as well. Yeah. Yeah, it's better when people are straight to the point. No question about that. And there's a lot of bogus techniques and stuff, and I don't know. That's it. 21 minutes in. Yes. Sunday morning. My girlfriend says she's super proud of me going shops. I did go to pick up the Chinese. Thank you. I know that you notice that I'm doing more. She's super proud. No, it feels good. Like, I haven't even been questioning whether I'm going to do stuff lately. It's just been, we get to a shop or we go wherever. And I feel like I'm just doing it, regardless of how I feel. I think I used to let how I feel dictate everything if I just feel a bit uneasy. I think now I'm starting to accept, maybe, that if I feel a bit uneasy, I can still do things. It's not the end of the friggin' world. I can still do things when I don't feel great. And that's a big thing. Because, that's a massive thing. Because that's what's always stopped me. If I don't feel great. Like yesterday was a prime example. That's why I wanted to share it this morning. I just thought, like, had that little panic. And I knew that perhaps I didn't know that I was going to have that, but I knew that I felt uneasy. And 99% of the time, I would not have attempted to even go in. But yesterday, I didn't even really think about it. I just got in the car park, got out the car, felt a bit weird, carried on, peaked, and had that whatever panic. And it fizzled out as quick as it started. And the only thing I can put it down to is the fact that I didn't run out of the shop. I weren't going to run out of the shop. That's all I can put it down to, man. So yeah, that's it. Somebody joined the Patreon thing yesterday. I appreciate Eddie, if you're still watching, my #1 supporter. But they sent a message as well. Like, they're only giving $1 a month, but it goes a long way. Pays for the quiz software and this StreamYard. But they asked me a question like, what is my story? Because nowhere on my website, and I assume that's where he found me, anxietyunited.com, does it really say about like what my story is. So maybe I'll do a video on that. I'm not doing it now, don't worry. For you freaking out, it's gonna go on forever. But I might make a video like sharing my story, my whole history of panic and anxiety, what I've done, what I've tried, what I haven't, where I went wrong, where I've gone right. And yeah, that's a video. I did do one about my first panic attack ages ago. It's on my YouTube, called My First Panic Attack. So yeah, I think that's it, man. 25 minutes on a Sunday. I'm quite pleased with that. I think I'm out, man. It's been good. 2 p.m. Wait, Eddie said you're the master of acceptance. I wouldn't say that. I'm not the master, but I'm getting there. I am definitely getting there. And one day, yes, hopefully I won't be so sunburnt. My nose is still red. My arms still itch like hell at night. It's bad. Got a proper t-shirt tan. Typical Brit. Brilliant. British. Sweet. Right, I'm out. I'm just talking crap. I'll see you at 2. I'll go live on Facebook, perhaps on YouTube as well, so people can watch it, but I don't think I'll leave it on my YouTube, but it will be live on there. 2 devices, a phone and a TV or a laptop or a tablet. Just make sure you got 2 devices if you want to be in the quiz, and like I say, only the first 20 can. 2 p.m. UK time, today, one day only. Bye, Olivia. Yeah, I'll see you later. 2 p.m. Be there, be square. 2 devices, don't forget. Laters.